unreal.
First leg, Dave to throw first. Game on.
So a shake of the hands and off we go. Dave Chisnall with the advantage of throwing first.
Yeah, Chizzy's announced his arrival in the upper echelons of the sport, as you mentioned, playing on the Premier League. Reached the semi-finals of the World Series of Darts in Dubai.
Well, he thought he'd blown his chance of getting in the Premier League. I spoke to Dave after his first round exit at the World Championships when Big John Henderson beat him, and he said, I'm not going to be in now. And he was absolutely dejected. But he barely won a game on telly since he'd got a schooling from Phil Taylor at the Grand Prix final. Really, really struggled to move on from that, and he genuinely thought that he'd missed his opportunity to play in the Premier League, but he did get in there. He avoided relegation. He hit more 180s than anybody else. I think it's fair to say it's not a bad debut season, despite the fact he ended up finished 7th in the table, wasn't really troubling the playoffs. Oh, look at this. First 180 in the match, and it goes to James Hubbard.
Filling up that treble 20 bed. Back comes Chizzy.
Oh, he's so good at this. Oh, look at this. 174 to leave double top for a 13-darter, Dave Chisnall.
Fantastic start from the number 6 seed.
135. Dave, you require 40.
James Hubbard's had a decent leg of darts as well. Can Chizzy close this one out though? Yes, he can. 14-dart leg. Hits double 10 at the first time of asking.
Probably needed to do that with Hubbard poised on 50.
I mean, Hubbard was good without being spectacular against Ronnie Hybricks in the opening round. He had an average just over 91, a couple of 180s, but one of those was in the final leg of the match to get the job done. Big things were predicted of this man, not least by the likes of Phil Taylor when he faced him in his TV debut at the Grand Slam. Hasn't happened yet, but at 21 years old, he has the world at his feet.
These two have only met each other once before, a couple of years ago in a UK Open qualifier. As Chizzy comes again, just a 140. Dave narrowly won that one 6-5 at the last 64 round in that one and only meeting prior to today between the two.
129. 60.
This is the final match of the afternoon session, an earlier start today and an earlier start to the evening session with Brendan Dolan against Dimitri Vandenberg. 5:30 local time we get underway here. That's 4:30 if you're watching us in the UK, so just time to have a break, get yourself a drink and then get yourself back to watch more second round action as more of the big guns take to the stage here at the Victoria Stadium tonight.
Yeah, certainly the likes of third seed Brendan Dolan, former UK Open winner Bob Thornton, James Wade, the second most decorated player in PDC history, Adrian Lewis, Phil Taylor, Michael Van Gerwen, Gary Anderson, Simon Whitlock, they're all here. They're all here. So Dave Chisnall looking at 144. Oh, he's gone for the treble 18 there.
78.
Well, he's put a dent in it. And James Hubbard, I'll be looking to clear it up in 2 darts. Oh, well, that doesn't help. Treble 17 he wants. That's a long way off as well from James Hubbard.
36.
Well, bag of nails there for the man from Norfolk, and Dave Chisnall's got a chance to break the throw. And he's going to go for double 18. He loves this one. Oh, double 9. Oh, just in a corner, and it's 2-0 for Dave Chisnall.
Sorry, check. Game shot on the second leg. Dave Chisnall. Third leg, Dave to throw first. Game on.
Russ just clarifying there. Chizzy is 2-0 up indeed. And yeah, James will be ruing, making a bit of a hash of that final visit.
140.
And that's why Dave Chisnall He's one of the top players in the world at the moment. He will deliver that killer blow
134.
just when your opponent doesn't need it.
Well, finds the treble he needed. What have you got, James Hubbard? A bit of a flyer there. Just better, but don't think he's found the treble there. No, he's shaking the head. Doesn't like that at all, James Hubbard. Well, he needs a big in here just to keep pace with Chizzy.
Yes, would be very difficult, you'd feel, to come from 3-0 down with the way Chizzy started this game. Here he goes again.
136.
Well, he can't set it up any better than that. He'll be coming back with 3 clear darts at double top for a 3-0 lead. Halfway to a place in the last 16 in a game with Adam Hunt, the conqueror of Mervyn King. This could be a tricky 45-minute spell of darts for people from Norfolk.
David require 40.
Tops for Chizzy. Straight in. 3-0.
James to throw first. Game on.
And James Hubbard's got to draw on all his resources that have won him those titles on the youth tour in the last few years.
140.
He can do it on the big stage and needs to show it now. But he's come up against Chizzy, who's going like a steam train at the moment.
140.
Oh, good leg of darts this to start off with. Back-to-back 140s for James Hubbard. Chizzy starts with a 140.
96.
Follows it up with 96. So he's there or thereabouts. James Hubbard has the advantage as he looks to get his first leg on the board. He can't afford to go 2 breaks down and 4-0 down, not in a race to 6. Winning 6 of the next 7 legs against Chizzy is going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be difficult enough as it is.
He is down to a finish though, albeit a big one. And Chizzy just composing himself, wanting to make sure he...
58. James require 167.
Looking to leave himself a finish, but not to be, so James will have 6 darts from here to get his first leg on the board.
58.
Oh, here comes Dave Chisnall. There's 2 trebles. 87 left, come down for 17s.
137. James require 100.
Oh, all of a sudden, James Hubbard, in a leg that he was running away with, now finds himself under immense pressure to try and get the job done, but he's going to give himself a shot. He's missed inside. So Chizzy looking at 70. Treble 18 is what he wanted. Double 16 now
38.
for a 4-0 lead.
James require 16.
But James Hubbard's yet to hit a winning double in this match. That needs to change, and you'd think it needs to change right now. Last dart.
Oh, he can't do it. He was gifted the opportunity to claw his way back into the game, but doesn't take it. And Chizzy, 3 darts in his hand to take out 32 for a 4-0 lead. That's awkward. He's having to move right along the oche, and he wants another one of those, and he gets it.
Dave Chisnall. Well, I'll pretty much guarantee you he wasn't trying to do that. The first dart was blocking his path to the double 16. He all sort of moved around it to go around the back of the dart. In the end, he ends up hitting the double 8 and follows it in with a second dart and kicks off with 125.
And that really is a kick in the teeth for James Hubbard. who had chances to get himself a leg on the board, but instead finds himself 4-0 down.
That is Chizzy's manager there on the left-hand side, Rog. Oh, and he'll like the look of this.
140.
You see, Hubbard has actually been up there in the scoring with Dave Chisnall, but towards the back end of legs, the business end, that's where it's not gone quite so well as James Hubbard here looks for another 180. It would have been his second. But against a player of Chizzy's calibre, you're going to have to take your chances. And at the moment, James Hubbard has not managed that. Is he going to give himself another chance here? Well, a ton 40 does give him a chance. And this would be one of the breaks, I suppose, he needs. A ton 40 leaves him his double 18. He loves a double 18, does Chizzy.
Yes, quality darts for them, the man from St Helens.
Oh.
And
82.
well, good last start, but
Debut required 36.
a bit all over the shop. And Chizzy now for 5-0, one leg away from victory, wanting double 18. Oh, and can't get double 18.
James required 56.
Well, Dave Chisnall. Now it's his turn to miss some darts at doubles. James Hubbard has yet to hit one. He gets the big number. He needs tops. He just takes a moment. Tops he wants. Tops he gets. James Hubbard gets a leg on the board. And it is a breaker throw. And he's still in there fighting. He's still got a chance.
Game on.
Maybe this is the start of the comeback. Still an incredibly long way to go. And that will just give him a little bit of confidence. As you say, he has been throwing some good darts, throwing some big scores, but it's all just been going a bit awry at the crucial end of the legs. And Chizzy's been able to step in and take out the doubles, and another ton 40 to kick off the sixth leg from Chizzy.
Well, we saw similar from Peter Wright. His scoring, absolutely no problem with his scoring from Snakebite. It was just too many missed darts at doubles that allowed Johnny Haynes, who played excellently himself, to produce a bit of an upset and book his place in the last 16. Johnny Haynes will play Steve Beaton, the bronzed Adonis. Looking even more bronze than he usually does in the Gibraltar sunshine, as Dave Chisnall back-to-back 140s. Just having to retrieve his flight that fell out there.
Yes, needed that last treble really. And Chizzy's scoring boots just eluding him there.
Well, at 180 would leave him double 16. He would love to do that, James Hubbard. There it is! Second 180 of the match for James Hubbard, leaves him on double 16, but this would be a sickener. Not going to happen.
95.
It's double 16 for a 13 darter and his second leg on the board. Two consecutive legs for James Hubbard as he looks to just work his way back into the match. And Dave Chisnall's not having this all his own way.
Yes, making a game of it. Chizzy kicks off with a ton at the start of leg 7. Needing just 2 more for victory. And that place in round 3 against Adam Hunt.
93.
We see that, a couple of 180s for James Hubbard. Chizzy yet to hit one. He did hit that brilliant 174.
Yeah, so the maximums eluding Dave Chisnall so far in this game, but still finds himself 4-2 up.
25.
Yeah, not a great deal between them. A few more of those 131 scores from Chizzy.
81.
But Hubbard is coming back into this. If he could find 2 trebles here, he may just get another break back. Oh, that's not the treble he wanted.
60.
Missed opportunity. Dave Chisnall can look to work his way down to try and go within 1 leg of a place of the last 16. It looked at one point like he was going to run away with this game. It could have been a 6-zip whitewash. James Hubbard, credit to him, stuck to the task. He's making Chizzy work for this. Oh, it looked like he changed his target half while he was addressing the board there, and it doesn't surprise me that he missed his target. He perhaps should have just taken a step back and readdressed it.
So Chizzy wants
66.
double 16
Sorry, 67.
to go to within 1 leg of victory. He'll be coming back for double 13 then.
121. Last one was 77, sorry.
Yes, that's his right. It does require double 8.
Yeah, that would make more sense. So double 8 for Chizzy. I mean, he hit it twice in a row earlier on in the match. Double finish. Only needs the 1 now. Well, he doesn't like the lie of it. He's going all the way over the other side of the hockey to try and open up that bed. And he's gone the wrong side of the initial dart. Last dart in hand, he makes no mistake with that one, though.
Dave Chisnall, 8 leg, James to throw first. Game on.
And Chizzy just 1 leg away from victory. So the task still really as big as ever for James Hubbard. Needs to win the next 4 legs before Dave Chisnall wins 1.
Yeah, and we know Chizzy is capable of just going off at any point. I mean, there may be a maximum, there may be back-to-back maximums, and when you know your opponent can do that at any stage, realising that you've got to win the next 4 legs, well, might just pile the pressure on. James Hubbard will be very well aware of what Chizzy can do, and is he going to demonstrate it here? Well, second dart doesn't find the treble bed, but he comes down and finds the treble 19. And he's right there with James Hubbard in this one.
$85.
On a straight ton for Chizzy, gets into a finish. Treble 5.
54.
Doesn't get down there, so James Hubbard 6 darts from here, at least. Oh, dear me. Oh my word, a 26.
Well, not the time to be hitting a 26. And he's left himself a bogey number as well. Chizzy will be looking to mop up as much as he can. Well, has an unfortunate bounce out, but leaves himself 136, but not as small a number he'll be aiming at as he would have liked with that 54 on the ground.
Yeah, it did look like a 54. I think I can still see the hole in there where it's falling out of. And James Hubbard set this up brilliantly, but what a way to win the match this would be. Dave Chisnall, 136, treble 20. Oh, it's just below.
96.
Well, he sets it up, and that puts pressure on James Hubbard. Double 11 now. No, he's split it in half. Well, yeah, double 8. That's in the number. That's in the bed, though.
James Hubbard, 9th leg.
He got there eventually.
Game on.
And lives to fight another day. 2 legs of the arrears now, but Chizzy has the throw here, and he's going to look to
100.
get off to a big start and to get this done and get back to the hotel and prepare for a 3rd round match against Adam Hunt. But James has just got to take this 1 leg at a time.
That's do or die for James Hubbard. No margin for error at all. Low treble from Chizzy. This is an opportunity for James Hubbard. Can he hold his nerve? Can he stay straight? Can he find the treble? That's a decent dart from him. Oh, that's not. Well,
85.
he saves himself with the last dart. But Chizzy's always capable of doing something like this. Oh, deflects out of the bed.
121.
Would have been his first maximum of the match. It's not often you see Dave Chisnall play for 9.5 legs and he's not hit a maximum. He had a 174.
Yes, the man prolific on the 180s, usually.
81.
Or 8.5 legs, I should say, if I could count. But a 180 here would leave tops. And that's a lovely dart for Dave Chisnall. Oh, just flies past the original dart, but there you go. There you go, and that should give him a match dart, Dave Chisnall, when he returns. The pressure's on James Hubbard just to try and get to a finish. 70, so 165 left. He may stay on the ball.
100.
And he does so. 2 balls for James Hubbard. It's a nice way to finish the tournament if that is the way he's going out. Oh, look at this. Double 10 for Dave Chisnall. Just taking his time for the match. Misses outside. Doesn't miss with his second dart. It's a 15 dart leg for Dave Chisnall. Chizzy was romping towards victory in the early stages. He couldn't convert a 4-0 lead to a whitewash. James Hubbard stayed in there. He fought hard. But Chizzy's the man who's through. He goes through to play.